Scratch and Waggle here. We're back with part 2 of our time with Mr. Buchanan. We hated to cut this into 2 parts, we really did, but we've gotten some feedback already from some of you guys that have really enjoyed this episode in part 1 rather, and we look forward to bringing you part 2. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of golf that we talk about in part 2. We try our best to throw some in there, but promise next episode we've got a bunch of stuff lined up to talk golf. We've got a new announcement to make, an exciting announcement to make about some sponsors that we've got lined up. So be listening for that. We're super, super excited about that. But before we get there, we want you to finish up with Mr. Buchanan. We hope you enjoy this as part 2. What's the deal with the trash can in Tennessee?
Oh, the turnover trash can.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah,
everybody wants a gimmick now.
That's right.
For turnovers.
Yeah.
So they came up with that dumb trash can.
And
I saw the first game when they played Georgia Tech. I said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it just sort of fit that coaching staff. They just dump them all into this can.
Trash.
If you want to empty the trash, you can. And they empty the trash at the end of the season. They get an Alabama graduate to be the head coach.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
So,
that's right.
Jeremy Pruitt had a game.
So Pruitt is the enemy.
Well, not for 2 more games. We got him for 2 more games.
He better not be. He better not be the enemy. I don't know about these coaches coaching for the school they're staying at.
Yeah.
When they have a job somewhere else.
That's right.
Yeah, that's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
Especially.
I don't think Kirby did a good job against Clemson.
That's true.
Yeah.
He did a great job against Michigan State, but I think he had more time to prepare for Michigan State, but not for Clemson. He just did some of his, we're going to do some of our old stuff here. And it was not working, especially the third downs.
Yeah.
So,
that was bad.
Base defense.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff that doesn't work, what do you think about Thomas's earring?
I knew that was coming.
His Thomas earring not working for me. Been grown for a while.
Right after he put that Alabama shirt on.
Oh, yeah. And his brother did the same thing, so... they're all into the bling, I guess. That shows you how old I'm still saying bling.
Bling. Hey,
So
you know what else? You know what else he's blinging? His 3-wheel golf cart.
That's
I've heard stories, but he's told on himself.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Those 3-wheel golf carts are awesome.
Well, he's taking up golf this late in age, and I kind of admired that because I couldn't do it. There's no way. I mean, I'm too old anyway.
Oh, you're never too old to play golf.
Oh yeah.
But I agree with you. I agree with you. He has done a fantastic job in just a short period of time. He's taken the game up, and that's the truth. There's a lot of people that can't do what he's done in that short period, and his desire to be better at it is noticeable, and he takes that with not only golf but a couple other things that he does. So that's fantastic.
But that figures because he'll go into it all out 100% and do his best as if he's gonna get rich from it.
right. Someone's gonna stick.
He's gonna want to take my money one day.
Someone's gonna stick.
You got to be proud of that. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But his other thing, the other thing in golf that you keep talking about is that this Michael Collins guy on ESPN.
God, good plug.
You got to see
That's
it.
pretty good. Yeah.
And I've during my my grandson time on Sundays, I'm watching Michael Collins. Every Sunday morning, I'm watching him. He's on the TV, and I keep looking at this guy, and it's something about him that's familiar. and I told Thomas, I said, "This guy looks like me." And
This guy's handsome. Look at it.
Oh, that wasn't what I thought. Ooh-wee. I said, I'm going to admit it now that he does look like me.
It's
Even if
it's
he-
unbelievable.
Very,
It's-
very overweight.
I think he's shorter than you too.
Yeah, he's shorter than
short
me,
guy.
and then he's heavier than me. I can't say that, but you know, I'm not slim, so you know.
Well, Thomas sent me a picture a couple weeks ago,
Oh, my
and he
God.
goes, "Do you know Michael Collins?" And I said, "I'm sorry to say I don't." And he goes, "Let me send you a picture of him." He said, "You met my dad." He said, "I want you to see Michael Collins," and he sent me that picture, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Buchanan with hair."
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are identical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have an uncle, Uncle David. Shout out to David.
Yeah.
Look, they look like twins. My dad
Yeah.
and David look like twins. And they're different age and everything. They look identical. So these three guys, David, Michael Collins, my dad, look like triplets. I mean, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
But
Like,
David's not fat.
Well, we're gonna get a. You gonna
Yeah,
send us
I'll
that
send it.
picture?
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
send
we're
it.
gonna put a side by side of Michael Collins and Mr. Buchanan out there with our picture of the football
yeah, with football
and
a picture of Greg Byrne.
and the Greg Byrne picture. That's right.
And then the,
That's right. Roll Tide.
And the thing about Greg Byrne at the well, in the press room,
Oh, you did. That's right. I remember that.
I cornered him.
You sure did.
Number one, he was wearing Nikes with his suit. And
I may have earrings in too.
well, you know, I was.
These two guys ain't used to that.
I
Yet.
hate to be judgmental. If he had earrings on, I would tell you, but he didn't. But those Nikes were not working, and I know he wanted to be comfortable because I'm sure he just flew down. But at that time we had a baseball opening,
That's right.
and
Just fired the coach.
yes.
Yep.
And I was telling him, I said, "Don't you need to get back to work?"
He told that. No, that's a true story.
How long has Byrne been in the position? Like 2 days?
It was brand new.
It was brand new. He hadn't been there any time.
Yeah, that month. He was
And I said, he said, "What's that?" I mean, you don't know. But anyway,
Somebody forgot to brief you, pal.
yeah, I mean, it's you got to hire a baseball coach. And he looked at me like, man, they keep up with that? Oh, yeah. Yes.
Hey, what year was that we won men's golf, girls softball,
I remember that. What's
national championship in football?
Right.
Did we have a fourth, or was it just those three? That was like in 2012.
Did we
did
win
gymnastics. I think we won
And
gymnastics.
gymnastics.
Yes,
that was
I think
it.
we won that.
We
too.
had 4 national titles.
Yeah.
What year was that? That was was that the year we beat Notre Dame? Or was it the year LSU?
I want to say Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think it was that Notre Dame year. So it was 12 maybe?
I think it was
Yeah.
12 or
12.
13.
But you had 2 championships to pick from golf and football.
Because that was Justin Thomas and
Yes.
Bobby White
Bobby White.
Yeah.
were on that team.
Right.
That's right.
And Alabama could have beaten Texas. Would have been 3 in a
That's
row.
3 in a row.
But Jordan, was it Jordan Spieth?
Speed
He was on
the
Texas's team.
That's right. And
Um,
I think it was him. I'll have to look that up. That I think he won and made the putt.
yeah, I think he did. And
Let's
I-
go back who was matched up with. Because,
I'll have to go look it up.
yeah,
on
it might have been
might have been
Justin.
Thomas.
Thomas.
I think it might have been. Or
that-
Robbie Shelton, one of those guys.
that
That's
scoring
right.
system they used, I didn't like. So that's the only way Texas won, actually. Oh yeah, I keep up with it. And that's the only way Texas won. So it would have been 3 in a row for Bama. It just goes back to 3 in a row that we should have had.
1966.
That 66.
That's right.
And then in the one people don't even talk about a whole lot is when we beat Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. Now, we should have been champions that year, but Notre Dame jumped us. We were 3rd going into New Year's Day. Notre Dame was 5th.
Yeah.
And we ended up 2nd in the nation that year, and Notre Dame won the national championship. If we had won that championship, it would have been 3 in a row in 77, 78, 79.
Yeah.
Was that the year that was it Notre Dame and Nebraska that played to the tie,
Oh no.
or was that back in the '60s?
That was in the
66.
'60s. Notre Dame, Michigan State played a 10-10 tie
That's right.
in '66.
Yeah.
And I think Alabama was undefeated that year. The only undefeated team in the country.
Yeah. And the coaches played to a tie, and I don't remember who they gave the championship to. Was it Notre Dame?
Notre Dame, but Notre Dame didn't even play in bowl games at that point. Notre Dame didn't play in bowl game until 70, I think. 70, 71, somewhere in that area.
Yeah. My dad still remembers that.
He talks about
because
that.
he was so excited. We beat Notre Dame 42-14.
Oh,
that national championship.
my dad!
Yeah.
I didn't hear the end of that. My dad.
Yeah, he was so
Yeah.
excited that we beat
Yeah.
Notre Dame because of that.
Yeah.
1966.
Oh, of course.
I hear about
had
1966
to.
every year. Once a year, he tells that story. so the hate level: #1 Tennessee, 2 Notre Dame,
Notre Dame.
3 R.
Yeah,
There's a hate for Notre Dame there.
yeah. The mine was born from Bear Bryant, so all the credit to Bear.
As you point
Bear
out,
passing out cigars, you know. I mean, I was into it, boy. I was young and
you were into it.
yeah, I still am, yeah. Because I still act like that. Like, you know, we just really beat Tennessee, and we were at the Rocky Block game, and
Oh, sure. Yeah, the 12 team.
we went to that
Kiffin
game.
and Kiffin was a coach.
was
And
Cody.
Cody
Yeah.
Burke blocked it.
Yeah, and
Sure we were.
we were in the upper
Went off
deck,
the deck.
and you heard the ball.
Yeah, when it the thug.
It went boom,
Yeah.
and I didn't have to look. We win. And that was a very interesting game because I had 2 Tennessee fans sitting next to me who I gave them so much trouble. And they had given me the devil the whole game, talked about our video board. It was like, what you got 4 videos boards in the corners? They're so small. You know, and I said, well, what do you guys got? Seats in Nayland, people can't sit in. I had never been in Nayland. I just heard that.
But it's true.
And that's true. Because they say the seats are too tiny. But then also I said, you know, where are your teeth? So, but anyway, these guys did not have front teeth. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, they came out of a book. You don't want that. You want these guys representing you, Tennessee. Charles Davis is the best.
He
For
is.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
You know,
Charles
he's a
Davis
really
is
good guy,
He's a good representative.
and he was very respectful of Alabama. But
He knew his history.
yeah, he knew
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah, he knew his
But
history.
I'm like these guys who really, after they made me very angry, offered me a drink. Mm-hmm. And they pulled it out. I said, you know, I'm supposed to have that here. I'm gonna have to call. I called Thomas's brother. And then stands. I said, hey, I got 2 guys down here.
Come take him out.
Yeah. I said, y'all have to come down here. You know, I might need you. I did. I called.
We were on 2 ends of the stadium.
We were on
Oh,
different
yeah?
ends of the
Need
stadium.
some help to get him out.
Yeah, I said, y'all, we got to come get these guys because they crazy.
Had some of that moonshine in their pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then they were just trying to be friendly with me. So, because I was...
I don't see that happening.
yeah, it wasn't. I was not friendly at no point. But...
Yeah, if you weren't friendly to Charles that night, I don't see you
Oh,
being
no.
friendly to a normal fan.
absolutely, I wasn't.
But I thought you composed yourself very well in front of Charles.
Yeah.
All-American cornerback, defensive back.
Yeah.
Telling him that you ain't riding with him in no golf cart.
Sure not. I don't know. 'Cause I remember when Charles played at Tennessee,
Yeah.
and they had a few victories against us, but you know, and he's a good guy, and you know he does well on the on Fox, but when they get into their college side of it, he starts leaning toward that Pac-12 and the Big Ten.
That's what they get.
Yeah, and it's looked dumb.
He's
think-
probably being told to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Contract with.
He has to, and I think even at the large thing, I think he even mentioned the Big Ten
He did.
a little too much.
At the SEC event.
yeah, and I'm going like, oh come on, man, you just stop talking. He was giving credit to Washington.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm like, come on. But I figured that he had to.
Well, I'm gonna ask you one question before we go. I know you've covered in your earlier. You covered golf. I know you said you covered
Just a little bit.
You covered and you covered. Did you call it NASCAR? Or you just,
Yeah.
did you cover? You covered sports racing. I know.
I covered local racing,
Right.
and when I first started, I had to work Sundays, so I was the Sunday guy. So I had a lot of assignments that I would pick up that were not regular sports stories,
Right.
like championships at Mirror Lake, and I had a race out at Lord have mercy, out at the old Irvington track. I had to cover that. I'd never been there in my life. I only been there once. It was a great experience. and I also covered, and I think it was like a Labor Day. They had a tournament in Mobile on Labor Day. It was real popular, and there was a lot of local guys that were in it that people would know their names. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had to cover that, and the thing is, I think it was out at Azalea, and when I went out there, it's no way I'm going to go follow somebody around from hole to hole, and who, because I wasn't given any tips or anything, so I did one of my wing it stories. That's what I call it. I wing this one, and I did like the Mirror Lake one. I did, which I saw nothing of the matches. I just talked to the champions, got some, the final, the scoring, that type of thing, and then make a story out of it. Uh-huh. And it turns out well. You'd be surprised. So my golf coverage was that. So I went out there and I spent a couple of hours, and when the finals came out, I talked to the winner and runner up, and then it becomes a feature story.
It did.
Yeah, and that's what it becomes. And then I just happened to mention, oh, by the way, you won this tournament. And then it becomes a news story, well, in this case, a sports story. And it was about the event, but it was a feature story about the event.
How about that? I wonder if we could find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Do they still archive that stuff?
You would have to get it on the, what do they call it? So I've been out of it so long now, I forgot. When we did it was microfiche.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I bet the college might have it.
Yeah, we can do some research on that. See if we can find it.
Yeah, South could have it.
Or we could do an updated.
library.
We could do an updated version because Thomas here has challenged my daughter to a golf match, and you could cover it. And when you could interview the winner, when she comes in, you could start talking to her.
I just caught what he was going on.
See what he said?
You see what I just caught what he was.
That'd be great.
Okay, all right.
Because I ask questions, and it would probably be embarrassing for you.
Oh, thank you.
Because back then I asked, especially the tennis one, which was the one I was most proud of, because the lady was from Michigan, the one. And then I said, well, what was working for you? What did I know? I didn't see a thing. And she told me her shots were going down the side or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it sounded good. And that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
And put a little background in there about where she's from and all of that. And it turned out to be a really good story. And the editor there for that weekend told me, man, that's a really good story.
He must have been a tennis player.
No,
So you know what
he was a gun enthusiast. But hey, Doug. Doug knows.
That's great.
And it was a great story, and I just really had the biggest frown on my face, like, what in the world?
What have I done?
Did he read what I? But and then I went back and read it, and it was pretty good. Surprising.
Yeah.
What you have to do.
Well, cool. Well, Mr. Buchanan, we appreciate you coming tonight.
Yeah, that was
All
great.
right.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
appreciate
that was
that.
great.
That's good stuff.
It's good to be here.
When you write the story on Thomas and my daughter,
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to post it out on the website. I mean, on the Facebook page. I still don't know all the stuff we got.
Well, yeah, we can do that and put a headline on it. And the headline will last forever.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, I do want to thank my dad for coming in and doing this. Great stories. I enjoyed it. I had a
Absolutely.
lot of fun doing it. So I do appreciate you taking time to do it, and hopefully get you back to do a few
Sure.
more.
Absolutely.
Record here and there. So you guys again, get in contact with us. We're on Twitter at @scratch_waggle. Also scratchandwaggle@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook. Scratch and Waggle Podcast, easy to find on Facebook. You can go out to iTunes. Scratch and Waggle, if you Google it, we're one of the first top hits on Google. You
That's
can go
right.
ahead and you
That's
can
right.
subscribe to us. And listen to us. We want your feedback. If you have questions for Mr. Buchanan, Robert Buchanan, my father, me or Kip, please send that to us. We'll be glad to answer your questions. And we're looking for your feedback and make fun of us or give us some kudos. Either way, we want to hear what you got to say. So again, thank you. Thank you.
You're
for coming
welcome.
in. And,
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Buchanan. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
guys
we'll have you
listen.
back.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks. See y'all next time.